Hi guys, this is Dustin Van Fleet of Dustin Van Fleet Designs down here in Valdosta, Georgia. Have you guys ever wondered if you can take those concrete planter boxes or statues that are sitting in your yard and actually paint them and make them cool? Well, I'm going to show you today how you can do that using Dixie Belle paint. First of all, make sure that you have a water sprayer handy because concrete is very porous. We want to keep it moist so that we don't have to really cake on a lot of paint while we're painting it. We found this one sitting curbside, so I'm just going to kind of start. And we're using Limeade today by Dixie Belle. This is the quart size. What I'm going to do is, I don't like putting a lot of the paint on. I really water it down and then I mix it up so that I can still see all of these imperfections and inconsistencies that concrete provides us. I want to see all the little holes and all that stuff. If you don't want to see those per se, you can easily put on more paint and you can cover them all if you like. But I just keep it wet. I don't want to cover my holes because it's porous, and if I do put plants in here, I'd like the porous nature of the concrete to still show because it's going to make it look more old-fashioned and cool. But you can see how porous it is because literally it just drinks the water. I know a lot of people are showing you that you can paint and you can use Dixie Belle on furniture and you can use it on plastic and you can use it on this and that, but we're trying to show you some different ways that you can use Dixie Belle on some really cool things that most people are going to have laying around their house. Like I said, this one we literally found for free laying out by the dumpster. The quality of your brush is important as well. So I like to use the actual Dixie Belle paint brushes provided by the company. I sell them at my shop, Dustin Van Fleet Designs, and I know most, if not all, the retailers in your area would have them as well. Can't say all, but I know a lot of them would. Now remember, again, I'm not trying to make this where you can't see through it. It's almost going to be like a concrete wash, per se. But it's going to look really cool when we're done with it. And we're going to do like a little mini series here because we'll get this thing painted up today with you guys. But then we're going to come back and do a second part in which we embellish this piece. And you're going to get to see my famed polka dots and things of that nature get applied on here and how I do it. I get a lot of questions. Oh, how do you do the polka dots? How do you make them so perfect? I showed everybody at conference how I do it, but clearly I have more people who want to know. So we're going to go over it again. And I'm going to show you how I would do smaller polka dots on this. This is not something that I would put large scale polka dots, like if I were painting a tabletop or a larger piece of furniture. But I think we've seen enough, and I think we have enough practice right now of pieces of furniture, and we're seeing what can be done with Dixie Belle with them. But I don't see nearly as many people showing out of the box ideas. So I'm not going to paint the whole thing up top. What I'm going to do is what I did in the back. I'm going to paint down about 3 or 4 inches so that once I do get plants in there, it's not just going to like wear off with the water or the dirt being in there. So we don't want to paint all the way to the bottom. Remember, you're going to be using this as a planter, and in doing so, you won't want constant dirt to sit on product, and you also don't want to spend money on product that isn't going to be seen or is going to be covered by dirt. So as you guys know, we did the purple rocking chair over on the side of our house. So now I'm kind of coming up with some really cool outdoor colors that will look really good with the amethyst that we already use. So we've already got a Limeade swing that I showed you guys last year. It was really cool. And the whole thing was done in Limeade, and then we kind of did it in like a gloss finish, and it really looked upscale and chic and neat looking. But on this, you just want to make sure that you keep spraying your brush, because the concrete is incredibly porous and it just sucks all the moisture out of your brush. And if you don't wet it, you can still complete your job, but you're going to use like the entire quart of paint instead of very little paint, versus if you do keep the brush wet. So the minute that you start feeling any kind of drag with your brush, spray it down again. I don't have one of those fancy schmancy sprayers, the extended ones that don't stop and all that good stuff. I just use an old-fashioned spray bottle that every single one of us have laying around the house, because in my tips and tricks that I try to show you guys, I'm trying to show you things that you don't have to spend $200 on the project, but you still can get a really cool finish and a really neat look. And a lot of people just didn't know that you could put Dixie Belle on concrete. But I think as I'm showing you guys right now, you see, you can, and it really looks neat when you do it. I'm not gonna bore you guys to death going around the side. I already pre-painted the back. I did all of that already, because I'm not gonna like make you suffer through watching me put paint on a concrete planter box. But I just wanted to let you guys know, this is the first installment that we'll be doing out of 3. The second installment on this will be embellishing this. And in that, we're gonna use Dixie Belle metallic copper. We're also going to use Dixie Belle's amethyst to make it tie in with the amethyst rocking chairs that I showed you last week. And probably around the top, we're going to use something really cool, the gilding wax by Dixie Belle. And this one is hammered copper, so that we can get a sophisticated look. And these are the daubers that we're going to use that are going to create the random polka dots that we use. We're going to use small ones on this one because this is not a big piece, and I'm not going to be doing large scale polka dots. So for this project, again, step 1 is take your Dixie Belle Limeade. You probably, for this project, you could get away with an 8 ounce. I just use large quantities, so I have a lot of the bigger ones sitting around, but you probably could get away with enough water on here. You could get away with a $9.99 8 ounce Limeade in painting this. You make sure that you clean the whole thing down before you paint. You make sure that you have good quality brushes and Dixie Belle brushes that your retailers should have. If they don't, you can always go to dixiebelle.com, dixiebellepaint.com, and you can order your brushes up that are a little bit of an investment. Most of them are going to be around $30 or so. They last forever. This particular one is now going on year 4, and we've never had an issue. They clean up like a dream with some Dawn dish detergent and some warm water. Done. Finished in 5 minutes cleaning up your project. So then we're going to clean this down. All that I did was dry clean this with a broom. This is not a piece that you're going to use liquid and white lightning and things of that nature. You just want to get your dirt, grime, and dust and your cobwebs and things of that nature off of it. After you've cleaned it out, inside and out, so that the wind doesn't blow and get stuck in your paint on the inside, you're going to start at the top and work your way down to the bottom while you're painting this in the Limeade. I put 1 coat on personally. That's because I like the 1 coat coverage on concrete, I like to see the little porous divots and things of that nature in it. It's also going to give it character over time. It's going to get some dirt and some mold in those little crevices, and it's going to look really neat as this ages. So that is what we're going to do for today, and I will catch you guys on the flip side.